Yo, what's poppin' people? It's your boy Alvin Fly back at it again with another video, and I seen y'all enjoyed my last video, or one of my last videos, that had like almost 2K views on it as of the time of this recording. Yeah, real quick, you're wrong. First of all, this video got 2,000 views, over 2,000 views in one day. Mind you that. Again, shout out to my homie Geekdom. I just wanted to point that out. Y'all were killing the likes, y'all were killing the view count. I appreciate y'all sharing the video, and this is post Alvin talking, so we're gonna go back to the video now. And yeah, thank you. Shout out to my homie Geekdom, you know, much love. But I'm gonna get into a more basic tutorial this time, just for the basic of basic people that do not know how to even do an air combo. So if this video you think it isn't for you, by all means let me know what you want me to make, and I'll try to make the video catered to you as far as the game. But if you want to stay for the refresher, or if you just want to say support, don't remember to like and subscribe, and just comment down below, see what you want me to do. But here's the thing. So I'm going to talk about the basic air combo first. I'm going to do it with Vegeta, not with Ultra Instinct, because I feel like his is a little different. Slightly different. So here's what I'm going to do. All I want you guys to do, now a basic, before I even say all that, a basic air combo will basically look like this, right? More or less just like the same thing. It's not that hard to do. It's a little jarring at first if you're just a beginner. I don't see why anyone can't learn it, but I'm going to be referring to everything as a number notation. I'm going to have it up on the screen. The number notations really aren't that hard. And if you don't understand the number notations, just look at my joystick. Because it's very easy to do this combo. So I want you guys to just if you have to rewind the video, please go ahead and do it. I'm not going to get mad. But I want you guys to do this thing called 2M, which is basically your down triangle, and I need to take this off of that and knock out all day. Basically, you're just doing down triangle on PlayStation or down Y on Xbox, but I'm going to refer to as 2M. So you do 2M and then 5M, just like that. 2M, 5M, just like that. On hit, that's the rhythm for it. Bop, bop. Simple as that. There's a rhythm to these things. You guys just have to get the rhythm, and you're going to get the combo. Trust me, it's not that hard. So you do 2M, 5M. Then after that, there's this thing called a jump cancel. So after that 2M, 5M, you're just going to jump towards them. So it should look like that, because you want to get towards the opponent, right? You want to get towards them. So let's just do 2M, 5M, you jump towards them. Okay, bet. Cool. So after that 2M, 5M, jump towards them. All you're going to do is do 2M, 5M, jumping light. Now you're gonna have to practice this. You want to get better, you're gonna have to if you want to get better from like a beginner standpoint, you're gonna have to practice the combo, because this combo is the most practical, and like 90% of the cast has it. So you 2M, 5M, jumping light, right? Just keep pressing it out until you get it. Then after you get that, what I'm gonna need you guys to do is do, oops, sorry about that. Just do 5M in the air. So it would be a JM, right? 5M, right? That's all you're doing. Just after that jump light, you're just pressing 5M. So it should look like this, right? Now, after that, you're gonna do a 2H in the air, basically a down heavy. So you're gonna do and he's gonna go flying like that, right? Then after you get that, you're gonna super dash. Well, I didn't super dash, but you're gonna super dash. And literally what you just did on the floor, you rinse and repeat and do it again in the air. The only difference is, right? Remember that jumping light in JM we did? It's the same thing. Now the only difference is that after that second 2H, after that 2H I just did after I super dashed, you're gonna just jump cancel again and finish it off, right? After that jump cancel, you can immediately mash light, and the combo will bring you towards the character that you're trying to hit, right? So your full combo, this is your jump cancel right there, and then just mash light, and then bam, that's it. Apparently I left the lobby, but I don't really care. But yeah, that's basically your basic combo. Remember, after this 2H, you can just mash light, and you're gonna get that combo. Simple as that. There are ways to optimize this, or there's ways to optimize your combos. I talked about that a little bit in my last video that got like 2K views. there's ways to optimize it, but if you're a complete beginner, don't even worry about that. You need to understand how to do this first. Alright, so next I want to talk about proper block strings. Now, what I mean by proper block strings is that you want a lot of your block strings to have 50-50 potential. Some block strings won't necessarily need it, but I don't think any beginner should even worry about that. I think you should worry about getting down legit 50-50s. So let's just say I have Ultra Instinct Goku as a B assist, right? It's coming out now. Cool, fine. Now I'm gonna set this to guard first only, because guard first only basically means that after you have a gap in your block string, so let's say if I do something like this, that's considered a true block string because he didn't let go of his guard. Let's say if I delayed a button, right? Right? Let's just say I delayed a button. It wasn't a true block string because I delayed the button and he let go of his guard. So it basically keeps your... It makes sure that whatever you're testing is airtight. That's basically what it means. So, with that being said, let's just say I go to... I use Ultra Instinct Goku as a assist. Right? B assist. B assist specifically. So, let's just say I do something like this. And I messed it up. But that's what it's testing though. Because I messed it up, that means that the block string wasn't airtight. So I'm going to try to make it airtight right now. Right? That's an airtight block string because I didn't mess up the IAD. I didn't mess up any of that. So, because I didn't mess up any of that, it's a true block string. Now, here's where the mix lies. If you guys know the mix, if you guys have seen where the mix starts, let me know in the comments. But basically, if you don't know, the mix, that was bad. The mix starts right after that move into Kamehameha. If I do it properly. The mix starts actually really right after that air dash, because I can either go high or I can go low, right? That's how mix is done, because they can't, after this air dash in a true block string, they can't react to it. It's humanly impossible to react to it. They can do this advanced technique called fuzzy guarding, but it's still a true mix nonetheless, and they can't reflect out of it. So they have to kind of hold it. They really just have to hold it, because they just can't do anything about it. Now, here's the thing. There are some block strings or some strings where it's still considered mix, but it's just not how do I put it? Not necessarily true mix. Let's just say if I take Ultra Instinct Goku over here, right? Let's just say I do a block string, yada yada yada, right? Let's just say I did like OD stuff, but he's just not like letting go of his guard, right? So what you can do, because that move right there is so fast, it can be considered mix, because it's not unreactable fast, but it's very fast to the point where if you catch someone lacking, it's gonna be unexpected. So if you do like a bunch of block strings, right? Let's just put them on guard. Let's just say if they respect you a lot, right? Dun 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 dun. Let's say you're running up, you're doing your thing, you know, you just in the cut, but then you pop one of these. It's just like, it's very hard to react to stuff like that. A lot of characters or a lot of people, what they'll do is in sparking, they'll do stuff like this, or if I did it right, I think it needs to be crouching. So they'll do stuff like this, right? Because that's technically a mix. It's just not a real mix, because there technically is a gap and there is a punish, but it's very fast and unreactable to the point where you just have to predict it, right? And that's not a bad way of mixing too. So some key things to keep in mind while playing. Number one, I want you guys to test out your character's buttons and frame data. Now, frame data is not that difficult in this game. The golden rule that I would say frame data, like that would matter in this game, is the fact that if your move is -6 and above, if your move is -6 and above, whether it's a normal, key blast, whatever the case may be, if it's -6 and above, it is unsafe. That's like the golden rule. That's all you need to know for beginners, right? So let's just say I do Vegeta's 5M. That's -6. And if you want to really test it and you don't believe me, I can't block after a unsafe move, right? So if I do light, I'm able to block. Well, if I do 2L, I'm able to block because it's -3. If I do 5M, it can't block because it's -6. If I do this, I can't block either because this is minus something, and I don't know if Vegeta's frame data like that. But point is, it's -6 or above. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, what a lot of people do to try to avoid stuff like this is they'll maybe throw a ki blast in it and make themselves safe, which isn't a bad idea. If your character has a good ki blast and something like Vegeta's, it's really not a bad idea at all to do that. I'd recommend it, to be honest. I would throw just like one, and if they try to reflect you, let's just say instead of mashing, they try to reflect, right? Let's see, this is reflect, yeah. Let's just say instead of mashing, you can do that same combo we just went over. You can do that same combo, and they just lost 4.1 health, almost 4.2. That's a little bit below like half your health. Like, not a little bit, but it's a chunk of damage. The point is, right? And you can optimize these combos. I might do another video if y'all guys want me to do it about like optimizing properly. I talked about it a little bit in the last video, but not. It depends on what you guys want. Another thing just to keep in mind is to check your character's range. Now, what I mean by range is simply really every single one of the moves, including specials, but I mainly mean the normals because I think the normals are like more important right now. I think you guys should check. I really think for every fighting game, really, you should do this, but you need to check your character's range and see where like how you think you could possibly get in. Because let's just say Vegeta, for instance, right? His buttons are very stubby, right? They're very stubby. I mean, this is probably his longest breaching button, I think, outside of like maybe 5H. But his buttons are very stubby, so you can't just go in and expecting to have like Broly buttons when Broly has a jab that's like -2 and it's like super huge. You can't expect that. So you guys need to see like, okay, well, I'm not gonna reach him here, but I'm gonna reach him there. So if I stay like right over, let's just say here, here, right? Let's just say if I stay right over here, like I'm just out of this Vegeta's range, and he's not gonna be able to punish me with anything. And if he does try to punish me with something, I can just go in and go ham, right? And that's the thing. You guys have to check your character's ranges and understand where you think they will work best at. Let's just say Ultra Instinct Goku, for example. He's a little different. I think his range is still being figured out by the community, but you can see how big his buttons are. Let's just say his 5L. His 5L, man, reaches from, let's just say right here. That's a pretty big 5L. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like this, even from out there, wow. So his 5L really reaches from over here, which is insane. Like right here, yeah, that's like out of his 2M range. That's out of that Vegeta's 2M range. That's really good. Same thing with his 5M. His 5M reaches like hella far. It's a 2-part 5M, but it still reaches super far. That's just my point, though. I need you guys to test out your teams and just test them out and see for each character, like how can they possibly get in with certain buttons, how can they possibly get out with certain buttons, or certain moves. You guys need to test that out and kind of understand that to the T. It's not gonna happen automatically, but if you keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, you're gonna get better. And if you're really in the rank match, you're gonna just rise through the ranks. Like, not even funny, you're gonna rise through the ranks. So last thing I'm gonna talk about is a little bit of team composition, just a little bit. I think team composition is kind of its own video, but if you're like a beginner, right, personally, and if you have Ultra Instinct Goku and if you have some of the DLC, I could make another team without DLC, but if you have the DLC, I would recommend running this team. I think this team is honestly a very beginner friendly team. The only thing, if you don't have UI Goku for whatever reason, you can replace him with Bardock. Bardock is also a really good character. If you guys really want to play UI Goku, you can play him, or if you don't have him, just play Bardock. Bardock is honestly a really good character. All his buttons are safe, except for 5H, but that's obvious. All his buttons are safe, and he's a really solid character to just learn the game with. I think UI Goku is also a solid character to learn the game with, and just to have fun and something different. But in case you think UI Goku is a little bit too much to handle, and if you only have, let's just say, Season 1 DLC, pick Bardock. And if you don't have GT Goku, I can structure another team in just a sec, but I think this is a really solid team. If you have all these characters, I would highly recommend playing this team just to learn the game personally. Okay, so if you're trying to play a team and for some reason you don't have any DLC, you just bought the game, DLC is too expensive, god damn it, I don't have all these damn characters, Alvin, what do you want me to do? Well, this is a team I would recommend to you. I would recommend Kid Buu, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Goku Black Haru. I would normally recommend Super Saiyan Goku, but Super Saiyan Goku's kind of, he's not as good as he used to be, and it's because of the thing I talked about in my last video to where they took away his frame chop, and his 2M is just, it's just not that good. I mean, it reaches far, but it's just not that good. The point is that I think personally this team can meet the needs of any beginner player if you don't have DLC, because check this out. Kid Buu Armball, let's just talk about Kid Buu. Kid Buu as a character is amazing. He's like probably top 2 in the game right now. But he's really good. His buttons are really big. If you really want to learn the character, you can easily learn the character. His mix is honestly really good, even with both of these assists. He's just a solid character. Same thing with Super Saiyan Vegeta. You can interswap or interchange Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku Black mid and anchor position. Again, that goes into more team composition. I can talk about that in a later video if you guys want me to. Just let me know in the comments. But I'm just gonna put him here for now. His A assist is also really good. And Vegeta's neutral is really good because of his Ki Blast. His Ki Blast in the air and his Ki Blast on the ground are really good, and he has a lot of them. So he can easily zone somebody out, and that's really nice. Goku Black, he's a beam assist. His buttons are pretty good. His buff that he got in Season 3 is really nice to where he can chain a lot of his normals like he's supposed to. That a lot of people figured, and people have been asking for. And because of that's just like a crash course of why I think these characters are good, but honestly, if you trust my opinion, these characters are the way to go. And honestly, that's probably it for now. If you guys want me to do another beginner's guide, or if you want me to do an intermediate advanced guide, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.